Hello, everyone. Mary Lanning here. So, okay, I can take your questions now, anytime. Okay, this is Myth or Book. We just got over the welcome to this book club here. Hey, for this is an intro. So, if feel free to watch this anytime, and we're gonna welcome that one viewer. So, we're gonna talk about a twisted tale. And this was called A New World, and I read this one I think weeks ago. This was about um, what if Aladdin never did found the lamp? Well, we all know he already did found the lamp in the cartoon and live action. Jafar was in both cartoon and live action, and Descendants. So, what if Aladdin never did found that lamp? Well, in here it explains, and somewhere around the way, if you all did not know how the genie did come about, um, Jasmine, I don't know if Jasmine really did fall in love with Aladdin or did she really did fall in love with Jafar, but somewhere around the way, during there was a couple of there was a battle, I think battle sequence in the book. Well, we all knew Jafar was the advisor, but somehow in the book, right here along the way, but you don't know in Return to Fire, the cartoon animated. Well, this is book number one of the Twisted Tale series, and I'm getting more of the books. I'm going to try to get the rest of them. But right now, I'm going. The next time you're here, I'm going to start reading this Twisted Tale book number two, which is about the way of Sleepy never. What happens if Sleepy never woke up? And I can't give you the details. I know you probably already read it, and I haven't read it myself, so don't spoil it. Feel free to take questions. So this is, I think somewhere along the way, it said here that I think Jafar really did get killed off in some way. Because I know he's supposed to be killed off in the cartoon, live action, and Return of Jafar. If you're wondering why he's never gotten mentioned in the third film of the cartoon animated series, he was mentioned in the cartoon animated series, which is Aladdin's TV series. And so this is what if Aladdin never did find the lamp? What happens if imagine him never found the lamp and he never found it? What if he never did find that lamp? What if he just say, the lamp's like not interested in me. I'm not gonna try and go look for a so silly lamp. It's not my style. What happens if Jafar did? Now, what happens if Jafar? You know how Jafar, in the beginning of the movie, the cartoon animated, he had some thief. You remember the Cave of Wonders in the beginning of the Aladdin movie, and it was backfired during the Disney cartoon animated series where Jafar, before I think the thief got swallowed by the huge. What happens if the Cave of Wonders never existed in this whole entire tale? And what happens if they have to go find it in some type of treasure room or whatever? What happens if the lamp was stored someplace else? What happens if it was? So, so in Jafar, I think towards the end, they it says right here, I shouldn't have killed Jafar like that. Well, I in here somewhere in this some here that they shouldn't have killed Jafar off. Well, then Twisted Tail, sorry to say this, ones who did or did not read this, Jafar does get killed off. But if you're all wondering, excuse me, when all the Descendants books were written compared to that, you would be wondering, how did they restrict Jafar? Well, if you're wondering, during the whole time live action series where Jafar happened to be curious why Aladdin and then all of a sudden Abu which is Aladdin's monkey. So um, that Jafar was really killed off, and we all knew that you are wondering, oh, he should have been killed off in the first film, the cursing cartoon. He should be killed off in the live action. Actually, he got his wish come true. He happened to have be turned into a genie. So it's a possibility he was not much killed off. This one, but you can just ask me questions anytime you feel like. This is twice tonight. I understand you're all watching the news, wondering what's going on with Boulder, Colorado, and I know you felt sorry for those people right now. Let's put that negative talk away, and let's just focus on what I got here restored for you. So in this book, y'all wondering, Aladdin is nickname was Street Rat, and it's mentioned in here. It was mentioned in the movie a couple of times, but I don't think they've been using it. It's a negative talk, but it's all negative talk. And they put Aladdin really didn't know about this. There was a battle that went on. And Jasmine, who I'm going to show you the doll. This is I got two different versions of the doll, but this is my doll right here. I really not supposed to put her on here, but she's part of this book. And Jasmine here, we don't know if she's really is in love with Aladdin. I know the rules are about princess and princesses. They have to marry a prince. Princesses have to marry a prince. The law states that she has to be married to a prince. You all heard that. You all heard that famous line coming from the movie, the live action. So, the live action does have a point. But you probably, if you all remember, hear the song "Speechless" from the live action, you're all wondering how come they didn't have that in when we had the cartoon version. Blah 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 blah. And Disney did left some songs out. They all call it deleted songs, like kind of like deleted scenes with all of our favorite movies. Well, Twisted Tail has a further point than what our movie. Like you all knew, Disney cartoon, live action, Return to Jafar, and the TV series of it. And I know y'all wondering about Once Upon a Time. What season? I got a question for all of you. What season did the Aladdin features was in? I can't tell you what it is because I already watched it. I think I watched it once. And if Jafar was what TV show did Jafar was mentioned? Was it A Disney the animated series of Aladdin, or is it B? Which Once Upon a Time character was in the Once Upon a Time Wonderland? Now we all know Jafar might have gotten mentioned in Wonderland too, and and we all are wondering what in the heck why is Jafar doing a Wonderland? We all knew that did not work very well. We all knew ABC did cancel it because it wasn't working very well. There were not a lot of people. But what are your comments about this one? You can comment down below. You can comment on here. If you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, notification bell. Okay, sorry, I'm just itching my nose because it's my allergies that are acting funny, I guess. So again, I can just. So please put a like on here. So again, these are the books. This is Disney Twisted Tail. I promise you, I read this one weeks ago, and I wanted to discuss this, and I'm going to discuss this on Facebook tomorrow. But I promise Facebook, but if there's any kids who are in bed, parents, how about we discuss Beauty and the Beast? This is a sneak preview. Um, we're going to do the cartoon, and then I'm going to read this book. The live action goes through with the live action. Live action. If you have kids, if you have teens that are still up, we're going to discuss this in the next video. So, parents, if you're still up, I'm going to read your kids this sometime tomorrow morning, or if your kids are in school, please feel free to. We can just check and see. We can have a sneak preview. We can. This is what it looks like. All the pictures. So I'm going to read down. I'm going to read these kiddos this. If you have a book, if your kids have a book suggestion, feel free to comment down below, or you can go on my Facebook page. I'm going to do another live stream. Make sure you hit those kids. We're going to do one. I know there's some parents. I know Italy. There's some kids that are bored being in lockdown again. This is one of my personal favorites. So I know it's been my favorite since I was a youngster. So let's get back to the Twisted Tale again. This is what this is discussed. So what happens if Aladdin never did find that lamp? Jafar might have found it in the book, and he probably how, if you all remember right, how did Jafar use his power, and how did he get the power to? First of all, no, between the Disney animated and the live action, why in the world was Jafar so obsessed with the lamp? Why in the world did he heard it from the town? Did he heard it from other royalties that saying, "Oh, there's a cave of wonders"? Maybe he heard it from a lot of reasons. Maybe he heard it. But if you watch the live action, those two movies has something to do with what happens if it should say what happens if Jafar found the lamp and not Aladdin. It should have been the other way around. It should be vice versa. Jafar is so obsessed with power. He wanted to become sultan for a very long time. Is he obsessed? He's like a thief. How thieves are nowadays. You're not supposed to leave your packages outside. Yes, they call it package pirates and stuff like that. But this is a twisted tale, and Jafar is so thinking he is so obsessed with power. How his face has turned between like saying, okay, he agrees and he disagrees. So he's just way out in the open. He just wants that lamp. But during the cartoon, the live action, who really has that lamp the whole time instead of Jafar? Aladdin. Aladdin wants to fall. He wants to fall in love, but the genie's number one rule is I can't make people fall in love. And that was really true. You know, you know, that's because the fantasy tale does stand, the fairy tale does stand. Genies cannot make women fall in love with a man. It's like, and all of a sudden, in the live action, he said, Genie, can you make me a prince? And Will Smith that took over the character, Robin Williams was more alive today. He would have done the character. He would have praised the swole. He would have done it. I know he was a good laughter. He was into movie. He passed away, I think it was 7 years ago. Anyway, but he passed away, and I can't really get into details how he passed away, but you can probably look it up all on Google how and stuff. There's been a lot of that going around, but in the Twisted Tale, the genie does get mentioned at some point. He helps, and he helps. I think he helps in some ways, but anyway, also on the back of this book, there, if you know or more of a Twisted Tale, you can look up Amazon. And I don't know I don't know who this viewer is, but this is the only person that's been on here. Thank you. If you're again, parents, I'm going to go live stream again tomorrow. If you have kids who are still sitting at home, who still can't go to school and still do remote learning, I'm going and do another book club with. I'm going to read your kiddos this, and we're going to discuss the book. So So again, though this is plus, I'm going to be reading book number 2 of the Twisted Tale. So, if Aladdin really did not find that lamp, you know who else will? Jafar. Jafar is really a villain. You know how villains they come back. Like, you know, I just got done watching. If you're a Star Wars fan, please feel free to comment on this anytime. You know, Darth Vader really isn't all that evil throughout 5. You know how in Return of the Jedi he kind of um got distracted with one of his men saying, "Try to hold him," and Darth Vader says, "No, leave it to me. I'll deal with it myself." You know how Darth Vader is starting to change from bad, going back to good, and the Emperor Palpatine did not know it. Well, Emperor Palpatine he was trickster, but if you're a Star Wars fan, um, can you care to explain how Palpatine really survived that fall, and how in Rise of Skywalker he shows up to Kylo Ren, also Ben. So, and how did Ben really did portray him? Well, actually, if you're a believer of ghosts and whatnot, paranormal, you know how your relatives can come back and haunt you anytime they feel like it. Well, as happens in Star Wars, you get the Force ghosts, you get the regular, but in Twisted Tale, you think Jafar will come back? I don't think so. I think Jafar is gonna. It did get killed off in the Twisted Tale, but I know you're all thinking he should have got killed off between the Disney animated and Disney live action, but he turned into a genie instead because he wants more power. You know how villains are. They want more power, just like in Once Upon a Time. You remember how Rumpelstiltskin wants power, and remember Belle is supposed to fall in love with Prince Adam, also the Beast. Well, Belle did fall the Once Upon a Time change all that. So again, in Twisted Tale, if you're wondering why Aladdin did not find that lamp, you want to reimagine everything. Um, so you have any questions? If not, I'll like, subscribe, notification bell, and I'll see you in the next book club reading.